Hello and welcome to Rich's Home Mechanics, and I hope you are really well, all of you. Now this is a little chat and I'm going to show you my latest project. I've been buying on eBay again. Yes. I had a little road trip up from Essex up to Norwich, which is about just under 2 hours for me, in the van, and we put this particular item in the back of the van. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I haven't done one for quite a while. The last one I'd done was probably, oh my god, 20 years ago. So this is going to be a good one for me, and hopefully a good one for people who are interested in what I'm going to be doing. Now this particular item, or this vehicle, has been sitting around since 2014, and it's a W reg, and it's nearly 40 years old. So one bonus on this is I won't have to MOT it, I won't have to put tax on it, so that's really good. Two ways I'm going to go approach this. As you say, this vehicle's been sitting around a long time. Before you even attempt to start, we've got to do preparation on it. One of the first things I'm going to do is take the spark plugs out, and I'm going to drip some, I've got a syringe, I'm going to put some oil in there, and over the next week or two I'm going to, hopefully the oil will soak in and free the engine up a bit. So that's a clue, it's definitely got an engine. As I say, two ways of hitting this project. I'm either going to get it running properly. You say, when I'm not just going to put the key in and put a battery and start it. There are procedures you have to do. This engine has to be cranked over by hand a few times and make sure there's nothing stuck. I will take the valve covers off and make sure the valves ain't stuck. There's loads of little bits that we would do, but when I do the video, we'll go through that. So anyway, back to the question. Am I going to just do this vehicle and use it, or am I going to completely strip it down and do the proper way and take the engine, blah 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 blah, and blah blah blah? I think the best thing to do is have a look at it and see what we're going to do with this thing. It's a motorcycle! Right. I think I've been watching too much Sons of Anarchy. I wanted a bike with a little bit of a chopper style on it. I see this come up on eBay. Now, if anyone's into bikes out there, at this particular moment, anything 1970s to 1980s are going silly money. I see this come up, didn't think for 1 minute I was going to win it, and I got it. It's a Suzuki GSX T 250. Now, in my prime, many moons ago, I rode a GSX 250. I rode loads of bikes, big bikes, little bikes, mopeds. Never did have one of these. I had a 2-stroke X7 and a GT 250 Suzuki, but never a GSX 250. So anyway, this is the project. I've bought it as a non-runner. You know, when you get, as I spoke earlier on, not even attempt to start it. It's been sitting around for far too long. So we are going to, in a little while, in the next video, I'm going to take the plugs out. I'm going to trip some oil in there with a syringe, because sometimes the pistons can rust. Not always, but very highly likely they have, and they stick in the bore. So by putting some engine oil in there, it can gradually seep round and release the piston rings. And then we'll take this cover off here and we'll manually just turn it gently. If we've got any resistance, the engine's going to have to be split. So it's going to go two ways. It's either going to, move, and then we could then go through the procedure of taking the tank off, cleaning it out, taking the carbs off, cleaning it out, blah 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 blah, checking the electrical system, and then we can hook up a battery and see if it starts. If it's seized, unfortunately, it's going to be engine out. Now, I spoke earlier on, I'm not sure what way I'm going to go. I've had a very quick look over it. It does look complete. The only thing that's missing is someone had to play with it. There's an odd few nuts and bolts, and where the exhaust has been bolted on with the little manifolds, bit suspect, that might be looking out. I'm not sure what way I'm going to go with this. I think what we're going to do, I'm not going to make a decision. I'm going to see if the engine is unseized. If it's unseized, then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to try and start it in later videos. So this is going to be a project that's ongoing. It may not be every week. It'll just be as and when I can jump on it, because I have other little jobs to do. This is going to be a long-term contract, project for me. I don't want to rush it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to see if it's unseized on the next video. So when we start this project, it'll be project 1, next one. I would have left some oil in there, and we're going to take this cover off, and I think the tank will be off and the seat will be off, because whatever happens, when I turn that over, I don't want any fuel being sucked from this tank into the carbs, because now these carbs will obviously be gummed up because petrol gums up, but the last thing I want is it to suck rust and residue from that tank. So before we actually do an initial turn over the engine, that will be off and the seat will be off, and there's obviously no battery, and it says no means that this bike will start. Anyway, that's my new project. I hope people will enjoy it. If you want to subscribe and watch me, but this is going to be done very, very slowly. I'm going to mix this up with my other little projects, and also my project lose weight, my weekly weight loss, which I'm doing at the moment on a Wednesday. So catch you next time on Richard's Home Mechanics, either on the Wednesday on my weekly weight loss or vlog, or possibly on a Saturday. We'll either be working on this, starting the project, or something else that's come through the garage. Take care, we'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.